Miss Leader here. So this is going to be a quick video to show you how to complete the portfolio for Unit 5, Lesson 11 for Semester B. So we're going to start here in the lesson. This is the lesson intro page for Unit 5, Lesson 11. And what you want to do, you still should read all of the lesson pages that are highlighted on the focus. You can skim the ones that we've told you can skim. There's no quick check for this lesson. It's just going to be this portfolio, okay? So there's still a guided notes. It's linked onto the Padlet, just like always. Now you can access the template for this portfolio in two ways. You can click on this link here, and that will take you to a Google Slides version of it, or you can do a direct download right into PowerPoint. Both of those are acceptable. This portfolio is going to be, you are making a candidate profile, okay? It is really important to note that you cannot choose a candidate for president. And it isn't because we have anything against either of the two candidates, but this portfolio should help you learn something about a candidate that you don't know that much about. And that's why we don't want you to do president. President Biden and former President Trump are in the news all the time, so you likely know some things about them. Okay, so that is why you have to pick a candidate who's not running for president. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I am going to open up our candidate profile here. Okay, so the directions for this portfolio are in the template, and also you're going to edit this template, save it, and upload it on page 29 of this lesson. Okay, so these first few slides are directions, okay? So first you're going to pick a candidate, okay? Like I said, you cannot pick president, but you can pick a candidate that is running for United States Senate, United States House of Representatives, the Ohio House, or the Ohio Senate, okay? So Sherrod Brown, Matt Dolan, Frank LaRose, those are some of the people that are running for U.S. Senate. The U.S. House, you're going to need to look and see what district you're in, okay, to see who's running for that. The Ohio House and Ohio Senate, again, you're going to have to look and see what district you're in, okay, to figure out what candidate you would like to pick. You can pick Republican, Democrat, doesn't really matter, just as long as they are on one of the two primary elections, okay? So you're going to use this PowerPoint as to put your answers in, okay? And then you're going to follow the directions on each slide, okay? So the next one, this is just telling you how to figure out who is on your ballot, because those are important things. These are really the whole reason why we're having you do this portfolio is that these are skills we want you to have as a voter out in the world, okay? I wish that it were much simpler to learn things about a candidate to help you make decisions about voting, but it's not. Okay. Even for someone like me, who this is kind of like my whole job, is to think about politics and teach students about it. And I think about this and research it all the time. And it still takes me a ton of time to do this stuff. So I do apologize, but the nice thing is that this Vote 411 website really does make things a lot easier. So you click on the link, okay? It's going to take you to Vote 411, okay? So you're going to scroll down a little bit and you're going to enter in the address for where you live, okay? Or you can just enable location, okay? So I'm going to just put in Columbus, Ohio, okay? Whoops, if I could type, that would be great. Okay, and now I'm going to hit show districts. Okay, now there's a few different districts that you might live in if you live in Columbus. Okay, so you truly do need to enter in your address. I just don't want to put my address out on the internet. So I'm going to go ahead and accept these as districts. Okay, so I'm going to hit confirm. Then I'm going to scroll up, pick my language. I'm going to stick with English. And you can, if you know for a fact you want to do a Democratic candidate or a Republican candidate, you can pick that. I'm going to keep it at all parties right now. Okay. Then I'm going to click save and view. Now I am going to go ahead and scroll down and look at these different races. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to look at, let's look at the Ohio State House District. Okay. So the Democratic candidate is Mr. Jarellis. Okay. And he looks like he is not running against anyone. So you could certainly pick him, or you could go back. Whoops, that just went to a different race. You can click through to the races in this little thing right here. You could look at the Ohio House District 15. Okay, so a little bit more, there's more candidates to choose from here. And I want to show you something really cool about this 411 Vote 411 website, which is you can click view answers and it will compare them. Okay. So let's say you want to do a Democrat. Okay. I'm going to unselect Mike Carey and I'm just going to compare these two Democrats running against each other. Okay. So it shows their campaign address, their campaign phone number, their email, their website for their campaign. Okay. Their Facebook pages and Twitter pages. Okay. Now it gives us a little bit of background. Okay. So now we see Mr. Adam Miller got his bachelor's at Ohio State, and JD is it means he's a lawyer. Okay, it's his law degree from Capital, and also we see he was in the military because he went to the U.S. Army War College. Okay, now for Miss Abdid, she has a bachelor's in from North Carolina State University in Raleigh. She looks like she has a journalism bachelor's also, that she got while she was living in Pakistan. Okay, and it also gives us some other information about each of them. Okay, but this is what I really like. So it has questions that are asked and then the candidates fill out. So you can actually go through and compare the two. So you can see if they line up with your personal values, so this is really awesome. So this would be a way that you figure out who you're going to pick. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our candidate profile here. So now you've picked a candidate. Okay, and now you are going to search their campaign website. Okay. Remember, if they're currently already serving in the office that they're running for, that means they're an incumbent and you often will be able to find out a lot more information about them. Okay. It's also really important to find good information. Okay. So we want to stick to, if you go to their campaign website, that information, at least about their personal stuff, is going to be pretty accurate. But if there's like they're making claims about a policy that they voted on or something that they did, you might want to verify that with some news sources. Okay. So you're going to do that research. Then now here's the part where you're actually going to put some information in. Okay. So these slides that have a blue background and they have this little yellow banner that says your work goes here, that's where you're going to put your work in. Okay. This one simply just put a picture of your candidate right here. Okay. And then I want you to tell me what's their name. Okay. So where it says who is your candidate, just put their name there. And I want to see their picture off to the side. Okay. Now we're going to go over here and I want you to give me a little background on this person. How old are they? What's their education? What's their occupation? So that's their job, right? So if they're currently a legislator because they've been serving in the U.S. Senate for the last 16 years, you can put legislator, okay? But you also could put what their occupation was before they went into public service. Military service is mostly a simple yes or no, right? And if it's yes, you could put something like, oh, they served in the U.S. Navy or the U.S. Army or whatever the branch was, but you don't have to, okay? The history of public service is, have they done a lot of community organizing, or were they previously elected to other positions? When you're looking at like US senators, often they're going to have a long history of public service. If you're looking at somebody that is running for, say, the Ohio House, this might be the first thing they've ever ran for, and that's fine. Okay, we just want to have some kind of history. Then But again, this is like any public service, okay? So like teaching, public service, being a police officer, working as a fireman, that's also public service. Now, this is strictly just have they been elected to something before and what were they elected to? Then we have political party, okay? So that all pretty simple. You're just filling that out. Now you need to look and see what are their policies. And again, their campaign website is going to be the best place to find these things, okay? So you're going to look through there and you're going to see, okay, what are two policies that you're like, yes, I like this person's policy, and you're going to put the ones you agree with. And then you're going to find some policies that maybe you don't agree with them on, or you think it's complicated, and you could put the I disagree with, okay? Then on this one, you're going to write a 3 to 5 sentence paragraph trying to convince someone to vote for this person. Okay. I'm going to vote for Mr. So and so because I think they're really great. And they have this policy and they're going to do this thing. And I think that's what this country needs. Like 3 to 5 sentences. Okay. That's it. You are done. This is the rubric, so you can make sure that you're hitting all the points to get the max 16 points available. Okay? If you have any questions about this, please reach out to your teacher. We are happy to help.